Hello everyone, I am Sheena, faculty at Silver Hills Public School. Welcome to Class 4, Social Studies, Chapter 12, Our Forest. Forest is an important natural resource. What do you mean by resource? All materials that satisfy human needs are known as resources. There are two types of resources: natural resources and human-made resources. What are natural resources? Forest is an important natural resource. Other than forest, soil, minerals, air, water are some of the other natural resources. What do you mean by human-made resource? Things made by humans using these natural resources are known as human-made resources. Some of the human-made resources are electricity, roads, machines, etc. So, natural resources and human-made resources. Forest is an important natural resource. Let us learn more about forest. Nature has given us air, water, animals and plant life, soil, minerals and many other things. Forests are an important natural resource. We depend on forest for our survival, from the air we breathe to the wood we use. Trees growing in forest provide us shade and also keep the surrounding areas cool. Forests provide food and shelter for wild animals. Now, forests provide us pure air, fresh air, then wood, fruits, gum and medicinal herbs or medicinal plants like tulsi, neem are some of the examples of medicinal plants. So, forest provides us pure air, wood, fruits, gum and medicinal plants. Then what are the importance of forests? That forests prevent soil erosion. What do you mean by soil erosion? The top layer of the soil is being removed by the rainwater or wind is known as soil erosion. It is home for many animals. It is the home for many animals. Many wild animals lives in forest. Now, what are the uses of wood? Wood is used to make furniture, paper, pencils and many other things. With wood you can make different types of furniture like table, chair, many items you can make, and paper and pencils and many other things are being made with this wood. Next we are going to learn about the types of forest. There are 5 types of forest. Evergreen forest, also known as tropical rainforest, deciduous forest, also known as monsoon forest, thorn forest, 4th one mountain or coniferous forest, 5th one mangrove or tidal forest. These are the 5 different types of forest. Now we are going to learn each one in detail. Evergreen forest. Evergreen forest is also known as tropical rainforest. So, from the word evergreen, from ever means always, is it? So, trees found here are ebony, mahogany and rosewood. Some of the trees that are found here are in this evergreen forest are ebony, mahogany and rosewood. Then where can you find these type of trees? Or where can you find these type of forest? In the Western Ghats, Northeast India and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Then what are the main features of this evergreen or tropical rainforest? The trees do not shed their leaves. They remain green throughout the year. So, these evergreen trees do not shed their leaves at the same time. Throughout the year, it remains green. So once again, evergreen trees are also known as tropical rainforest. The trees found here are ebony, mahogany and rosewood. Where can you find these type of forest? In Western Ghats, Northeast India, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And what are the main features of these trees? The trees do not shed their leaves. They remain green throughout the year. Next is deciduous forest. Deciduous forest is also known as monsoon forest. The trees found here are teak, sal and sandalwood. Some of the trees that you can find here are teak, sal and sandalwood. You can look at the map. Where can you find these type of forest? That is in Himalayan mountains, Himalayas and southern plateaus. Just look at the map, you can see in the Himalayan region and also in the southern plateaus you can find these type of forest. What are the main features of these deciduous or monsoon forest? Trees shed their leaves in dry season. Evergreen forest, the trees do not shed their leaves and they remain green throughout the year. And what about deciduous forest? The trees shed their leaves in dry season. So that is the difference between deciduous and evergreen forest. Next is thorn forest. Thorn forest is, the trees found here are babul, kikar and thorny shrubs. What do you mean by shrubs? Bushy plants are called shrubs. So like example you can say rose plant. Rose plant is a shrub. So trees found here are babul, kikar and thorny shrubs. Then where can you find? Look at the map. You can find these type of trees in Rajasthan, Gujarat and Haryana. You can find these type of trees in which region you can find, that is in Rajasthan, Gujarat and in Haryana. Then what are the main features of this thorn forest? Trees have long roots, thick barks, sharp thorns and small leaves so that they can survive without water for a long period of time. Because their roots are too long, it goes deep under the soil and thick bark, sharp thorns it have and also the leaves are very small so that it takes only less water. So it can survive without water for a long period of time. So thorn forest, you can see the thorn forest in Rajasthan, Gujarat and Haryana. The trees found here are babul, kikar and like some of the thorny shrubs. The main features of these forests are the trees have long roots, thick barks, sharp thorns and small leaves so that it can survive without water for a long period of time. Next is mountain forest or coniferous forest. The trees found here are fir, pine, spruce. The trees found here are fir, pine and spruce. Where can you find these type of trees? In Himalayan mountains and in Nilgiri hills. You can have a look at the map, Himalayan mountains and in Nilgiri hills you can see these type of forest. What are the main features of this coniferous forest? Trees are very tall and have pointed needle-shaped leaves and they bear cones. What do you mean by this cones? A woody fruit of coniferous trees. Woody fruit of coniferous trees is known as this cones. So trees are very tall and have pointed needle-shaped leaves and they bear cones. So trees found here are fir, pine and spruce. In which region you can find these type of trees? In Himalayan mountains and also in Nilgiri hills you can see. What are the main features of these mountain or coniferous forest? Trees are very tall and have pointed needle-shaped leaves and they bear cones. The last forest that we are going to learn is mangrove or tidal forest. Mangrove or tidal forest. Tree found here is Sundari. In which region you can find these type of trees? In Ganga, Brahmaputra deltas. What are the main features of these mangrove or tidal forest? Trees have special root. This is a main, very important. The trees have special root that grow above the ground. You can see the roots above the ground. And what about the other trees? The trees root will be under the soil, is it? But this mangrove trees having a special root and that grow above the ground. That is the main feature of this mangrove trees. So, mangrove or tidal forest, Sundari tree, and you can find this in Ganga, Brahmaputra deltas, and trees are having special roots that grow above the ground. Deforestation. Cutting down trees on a large scale is called deforestation. How can you save the forest? There are two ways to save the forest: afforestation and reforestation. Let us have a look at it. What is afforestation? Planting trees in an area that was not a forest earlier. One is afforestation. Planting trees in an area that was not at all a forest earlier. That is known as afforestation. Reforestation. The other one is the reforestation. Re means once again, is it? So, planting trees on deforested land is known as reforestation. Planting trees on a deforested land is known as reforestation. So, afforestation and reforestation are the two ways to save the forest. Wild animals. Animals living in the forest are known as wild animals. Due to human activities like hunting, many animals became extinct. What do you mean by extinct? No longer in existence. This led to the need of the protection of wild animals and also the forest. Protection of wild animals. To protect the wild animals and also the forest, our government has set up national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. To protect the wild animals, our government has set up national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. What do you mean by national park and what do you mean by wildlife sanctuaries? Wildlife sanctuaries, an area reserved for endangered animals. What do you mean by endangered animals? Animals are at a high risk of dying out. Such animals are known as endangered animals. So, an area reserved for endangered animals is known as wildlife sanctuaries. What do you mean by national park? An area that protects wildlife, forest and natural beauty of a region is known as a national park. Some of the important national parks and animals protected there. Kaziranga National Park, it is in Assam, and the animal protected there is elephants. The next one is Manas National Park. Manas National Park is also in Assam and one-horned rhinoceros is being protected over there. Let us have a look at the map. Manas National Park, it is in Assam and one-horned rhinoceros is being protected over there. Third one is the Gir National Park. Gir National Park is in Gujarat. Gir National Park is in Gujarat and Asiatic lions are being protected over there. So, once again, Kaziranga National Park in Assam and elephants are protected there. Manas National Park that is also in Assam, and one-horned rhinoceroses are protected there. Gir National Park, it is in Gujarat, and Asiatic lions are protected there. Okay, Ran of Kutch, that is in Gujarat, and Indian wild ass is being protected over there. Great Himalayan National Park, next one is Great Himalayan National Park. It is in Himachal Pradesh. Great Himalayan National Park is in Himachal Pradesh, and snow leopards are being protected over there. So, you can look at the map. Himachal Pradesh, snow leopards are being protected. Next, Sundarbans. Where is Sundarbans? Sundarbans is in West Bengal, and Bengal tigers are protected there. Sundarbans in West Bengal, and Bengal tigers are protected there. Jim Corbett National Park, it is the oldest national park in India. It has been set up in 1936. Jim Corbett National Park is in Uttarakhand, and there tigers are being protected. So, Jim Corbett National Park, it is in Uttarakhand, and tigers are being protected there. Ranthambore National Park, it is in Rajasthan, and tigers are protected over there. Famous bird sanctuaries: Sultanpur and Ranganathitu. Sultanpur and Ranganathitu are the famous bird sanctuaries where the birds are being protected over here. Now, let us have a recap of this class. We learned about 1/4 of the total area of India is under forest. Forests are important to us in many ways. They are home to animals, they prevent soil erosion, wood is used to make furniture, paper, pencil, and for many other things. Forests in India are classified into 5: evergreen, deciduous, thorn, mountain, and mangrove forest. When trees are cut on large scale, it is called deforestation, and there are 2 ways to protect the forest. Afforestation and reforestation are the 2 ways. What is afforestation? Planting trees in an area that was not at all a forest earlier, that is known as afforestation, and planting trees on deforested land is known as reforestation. Next, we learned about the wild animals. Many variety of wild animals we have in India. Then we learned India has many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries to protect wild animals and to save the forest. With this, we come to an end of this session. Thank you.